Movie starts by showing a female horse rider. She is skilled and reputed horse rider. She is married and has a little daughter. One day, she is performing some stunts, but she is suddenly died due to an accident. It is great pathos for her little daughter and husband. The little girl name is Lucky. Many years later, it is seen that Lucky has been living at her grandfather's house. There is her aunt who is fostering her. She loves her very much, but Lucky does not like to stay home. She forbids everything. One day, Lucky's grandfather's meeting is arranged with some of the people, but he feels embarrassment when he observes Lucky acting foolishly before everyone, so he says to Lucky's aunt, "Kindly take her to her father, so she may get a different environment and her father may teach her something. She is not under our control." Her aunt moves to Lucky's father, taking her. They are traveling by train. And Lucky is enjoying this journey. Now Lucky's aunt goes to a place so she may take some snacks. Meanwhile, Lucky observes some of the horses out of the train, which attracts her. She feels pleasure, seeing them, and she begins to peep out of the train. She was continuously staring at the horse. Lucky observes that horses have gone out of sight. She begins to be sad because she is enjoying the view of them. She moves to the last railway carriage, getting off the train, so she may touch the horses, coming from backside. She may touch them at once. For this purpose, she bends ahead. But when she was about to fall off, a man rescues her from the backside. They reach their station within a time, but her father has not come there to pick them up. So Lucky's aunt starts to search for any vehicles. On the other side, the same man is talking something who had rescued Lucky. He is saying to his companions, "We have no money, but I have good option that I have seen some wild horses. In the same way, we may earn a lot of money while catching and selling the wild horses." Lucky looks at the opposite direction when the train passes from there. She feels excitement because it is the same place where her mother used to have horse riding. She immediately goes there and communicates with everyone. There her mother's old friend gifts a little scarf saying, "Take it. It belonged to your mother," and she is befriended there with her age fellow who is riding horse. But Lucky's aunt takes her with her. Reaching there, they meet a young boy on the way who begins to tease them. At last, they reach at the house of Lucky's father. But Lucky does not greet her father, because it is obvious that Lucky had not seen her father in her conscious till now. Lucky's father gave her responsibility to her aunt when her mother died. Here Lucky's father says, showing her an adorable room, "It is my daughter's room." Now Lucky begins to observe her room. Then she sees through a hole that there is the room of her mother at the opposite side. There are the dresses, photos and many other things of her mother. Lucky begins to check and enjoy seeing them. Now Lucky comes outside. Then she witnesses that man who had rescued her. He has caught the same horse which had become the cause of excitement for Lucky, but this horse is not letting them to hold sway over it. Then those people arrive whose stable is. And he says to that man, "You cannot behave as such with the horse, leave it, don't tease it." So they leave after tying it, because they were frightened. Lucky is also observing all, so she releases the horses so it may wander freely. It may go where it wants but in the boundary of its stable. Now the night falls and the dinner has been arranged. Lucky, her aunt and her father are at a dining table. Lucky is telling her father excitedly, "Father, do you know that I befriended with one horse? It played too much and I liked it. And I have named it Spirit." Hearing it, her father flies into rage. He says, "Lucky, keep yourself away from the horses." Because his wife was died in horse riding, so he did not want it, that her daughter's interest may develop in the horse riding or horses. But Lucky gets angry, hearing the words of her father, whereas, her father has not revealed the fact to her. Lucky goes to meet Spirit again as dawn breaks. Their two girls teach her how she can tame Spirit. Now Lucky makes the horse eat the apple daily. She talks and loves to it so she may befriend Spirit more closely, and she may touch Spirit at once. At last, that day is also approached when Spirit begins to trust Lucky fully, and it is the fortunate day for Lucky. She feels excitement, and she also reconciles her father, going there. Lucky also wears the dress of her mother today because of being excited. She has thought that she will ride on Spirit at the first time. She moves, riding on Spirit. It was her plan to that she will continue horse riding only in the boundary of the stable. But that same mischievous kid spoils her plan. He opens the door of the stable. Spirit gallops, riding Lucky on it. He reaches on the hills. And those two girls are also galloping their horses after her. as Lucky may not get any harm. Lucky's father also comes to know about it, and he is very upset due to this. Spirit is galloping, then her both friends suggest her, Lucky, just jump, we will rescue you. Now Lucky jumps from the running horse. And her two friends rescue her while holding her hand. Lucky may meet her end, falling on the ground if they were late for a second. Lucky's father had also arrived there, who loves her a lot but he gets angry. Coming to the house, he shows his fury on her saying I had forbidden you, why do you not follow me? Lucky does not reply positively according to his advice. Then her father says to her, enough, Lucky. You will have to go back, the horses will leave a bad impact on you if you stayed here. Lucky dislikes it. She again goes to that place where Spirit had galloped. Fortunately, Lucky finds other horses which belong to the race of Spirit. She spends time with each of the horse and they enjoy a lot together. Then that man appears there who had rescued Lucky in the train, because it was his idea that he will earn money while capturing and selling the wild horses. Then they all begin to put all horses after stealing them, so that they can sell them into another city. Spirit cannot save its race in spite of its will. Now, Spirit immediately comes to Lucky, and she moves to the town, riding on it, so she may ask for help from the town folk. First of all, she goes to her friend, who is the owner of the stable, but she says, no, I am not insane, that I may pursue the train, passing the perilous roads. We are kids yet, how can we pursue that speedy train? Then Lucky's other friend arrives there, she gets ready but the friend related with stable is not consenting. So, Lucky has to leave that place alone. And she says, how did the perilous way, I will surely cross it, I will rescue the race of Spirit. Lucky notices as she is moving ahead that her two friends are also after her. Witnessing them, she feels much relaxation, and they all three move ahead, riding on their horses. Going forward, they observe an old bridge. That bridge is damaged and falls down as the horse steps on it. Now they could not go further through this path. Lucky's friend knows a shortcut but full of risks. They had to jump over it, other two girls jump over it but Lucky is not skilled. So Lucky and Spirit both fall down, but they are safe. Fortunately, they don't get any harm, but Lucky's friend says to her from the upward, don't lose your courage, you can come upward. You will just have to trust each other. Now Lucky gets Spirit up and begins to ascend riding on the horse. They all three gallop their horse forward, but they notice, going little further, that it is a narrow road, and there is depth at the below side. They may be died, falling down if their foot is slightly slipped. Now they all three also cross this path and get excited, they stay there at night. They knew that they have reached here soon because of using the shortcut of the path, and the train will also stop here for water. Arriving there, they take their food and enjoy a lot, and their horses have also befriended. On the other side, Lucky's father is seen, he is repenting thinking would that I had not scolded my daughter last night, and he is very upset. Where did her daughter go? The same neighbor also reaches there whose daughter is with Lucky, and they both plan that we will search for our daughters together. They also go in search of them by the train. On the other side, it is seen that Lucky and her friends are in waiting for the train. When the train of horses reach here, all begin to run towards that train. They fight with that man, kicking on his leg and face. They make the train stop and releases the race of Spirit, while opening the door of the train, but it was just the dream of Lucky. Lucky notices that train has arrived as she wakes up, but she has lost this opportunity because of her sleep, and Spirit had already reached there so it may rescue its group of horses. Lucky begins to go there, waking up her other friends, but that man grabs Spirit and takes it away in the train with him. But Lucky does not lose her hope and her friend is also raising her spirit. At last, they reach the place where that train had stopped. They are on the boat and they are moving the horses into the ship, so they may sell it, taking them from here. But Lucky again releases Spirit trickily here, but the boat of the horses has sailed. Meantime, Lucky's father, her aunt and her friend's father have also reached there. Now, Lucky and Spirit have decided that they will rescue Spirit's race at any cost. So they reach into ship while jumping highly. Seeing it, Lucky's father is going to lose his consciousness. But her daughter had succeeded. She made the horse jump highly. Spirit starts to fight with those men. Reaching there, it begins to kick them while Lucky starts to release the race of Spirit. All horses have come outside. On the other side, Spirit has also wounded them. Then, Spirit immediately jumps into the water. it also says to its race through the communication signs, that they may also jump into the water, all carry it out. Lucky is also in the water, and her father also jumps into the water to rescue her, and he is going to reach at the bank of the water because Spirit is helping them, as Lucky rescues the race of Spirit. Lucky's father says to it, catching her hands and reaching at the bank of the water, "I apologize, my dear daughter, that I stopped you. I had to believe in you. I am proud of you." Your mother had also felt proud on you if she was alive today. In the end, it is seen that Lucky with her friends goes to leave Spirit to its race, so they may all live at that place from where they had come, and Lucky's father says to her, "You may stay with me forever if you desire." Here, Lucky wears the dress of her mother. She is looking very charming. Then they attend gala, sing, and dance. And Lucky's father sings her mother's favorite song. With this movie ends here. Thanks for watching.